Hello world, it's Scrawlr time, and this month's Scrawlr challenge is Daydreamer. The supplies are all watercolor based, so this challenge should be a walk in the park for me, right? More on that later. A new thing Scrawlr is doing is this little sign showing the contents of the box, an interview with the featured artist, a spread with tips and tricks, a gallery featuring art from last month's challenge, and a Scrawlr update. I am stoked this is now a thing, and I feel like this will only further the community bond around the box. As I swatched the supplies, I got more and more excited about the prospect of getting into them. The colors were beautiful, the blending was awesome, and the paper was wonderful. It very quickly became apparent, though, that I would not be doing very detailed work, and instead I should try and stick with the big flowy strokes first and then build down into details. And excited, I pulled out the sketchbook and nothing at all. In slight panic, I started with my very first idea, very close to the featured artwork. A face, all dreamy, hair flowing around her, with an idea of putting stuff coming in and out and floating around her hair. Feeling the idea was way too close to the featured art, I re-evaluated my approach and asked, what is a daydreamer? A person in the material world whisking around their day while magic flows around them? I guess. So I came up with this idea of a girl, painted in fairly drab colors, wearing normal clothes, but walking on a dripping paint road as her ponytail flows around her, turning into something. A demon, a dragon, a creature, maybe a bunch of butterflies. Maybe the butterflies have long floaties drifting from them. I loved the idea. I still do. But starting the process, I soon realized I had blindsided myself. This would be way too restrained and with too many tiny details to complete. Maybe if I had more practice with the materials, or used materials I was already secure with, but this was not it. So I scrapped it, thinking, fuck it, this calls for floatiness. Try going with the flow. And I wasted 3 papers, getting more and more frustrated in the process. Very slowly, but very surely. Deluding myself into thinking I was no longer able to draw, paint, or even get my ideas onto paper. I had to take a break and recenter. If you've ever experienced being in a state where you can't draw, even though you could yesterday, you know this feeling. And I had to remind myself that this experience will pass. I still had a deadline though, at the very least to myself. And after a while, staring angrily at the blank page and my hand not wanting to pick up the pencil, I went outside to sketch. Sitting on the balcony, away from camera and confinement of inside and the desk with all the stuff on it, ideas tend to flow more freely for me, and it kinda worked. What I came up with is not perfect, far from, but I liked it, and I had an idea of how to get it out with the provided supplies. The goal here is not to create something incredible and stunning. The goal is to experiment with the supplies, try to make them mine and create something inspired from the prompt. And that goal, I do think I reached. Thinking back, the painting was a disaster waiting to happen. I went in because I had a bit of time to spare in the day, expecting to be able to just churn out something quickly and without much thought. And yeah, I am able to do that sometimes, but that's not why I keep coming back to the Scrawlr challenge. The box comes to me with the promise of a cozy time, sitting down, trying out new supplies and having fun. I treated it as a quick chore and paid for that with a wounded ego. Churning out art is a thing that's very hard to do if you don't know the supplies. I wish to give these supplies another chance. Everything was great to work with, and I really do believe if I give them the time, love and patience they deserve, we can absolutely create something great. And for that, expect a part 2 of this video. But for now, thank you for watching and listening to my short tale of creatively shooting myself in the foot. Be sure to stay tuned for part 2, and until then, take care. Bye.